All right, guys, this live stream, we got signs a manipulative spirit is around you guys. All right, so you guys understand that a manipulative spirit is a low vibrational spirit that's being used by a demon or what you call Satan. All right, guys. So we're finna get into it. Number one, guys, fake apologies, guys. This is a sign a manipulative spirit is around you, and a lot of y'all have experienced this. When you've been around people that say that they sorry. A lot of y'all been in relationships like this where people telling you, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," but their actions doesn't line up. The Bible says you'll know a tree by the fruit that it bears, right? So you'll know a person by their actions, not by what come out of their mouth. See, don't be deceived by what people say, because a lot of people they're trying to manipulate you by giving you fake apologies. Like I said, a lot of people, guys, the Bible says people are going to eventually become lovers and worshipers of themselves, right? So a lot of people, they'll just say, "Oh, I'm sorry," or whatever the case is, just to get, just to stop you from focusing on their character and what they did. So, guys, man, this is a sign that you're dealing with a manipulative spirit. When they tell you that they're sorry, then they go back and do the same thing again that they said that they were sorry about. Or they'll do something different, right? But they just told you that they were sorry for something else. Now they're going to do something else, right? Sometimes people, they'll switch it up on you. They'll switch up this type of spirits on you, right? They'll switch up. Spirits, they swap in and out of people's body, right? So you guys got to watch out these wicked spirits, all right, guys? So when people giving you fake sorries and stuff like that, and then they go back and do the same thing that they said that they were sorry about, and then they just want you to please believe me and all this type of stuff. Like a lot of people, you have experienced this in a relationship where a person have like they cheated on you, or maybe they blamed you for something that you didn't do, and they really did it, but it was like really blaming you because they didn't want to take accountability, right? And then they give you this fake sorry, right? And then they go back again and cheat on you again. That's not, real apologies is not with words, it's with change behavior, right? It's through actions, all right, guys? So this is a sign that you're dealing with a manipulative spirit, all right, guys? So you guys got to be careful. Like if a person just tell you that they sorry the first time, then, you know, kind of take it like as a grain of salt, right? You go by their actions, watch their actions, because a person will prove that they're sorry based off of their actions. All right, guys. Number two, guys. Another sign of a manipulative spirit is around you. Playing the victim, guys. A lot of people they end up doing this, man, especially in relationships, trying to play the victim. You know, a lot of people have this type of mentality, and it's a weak mentality, right? When you got God in your life, you don't play the victim, right? Because you know that what comes with great power comes with great responsibility, right? And you know that too. Once you got God in your life, you're not playing the victim of what you have done wrong, right? You own up to your mistakes. You own up to your shortcomings, right? Because you know for a fact this is how you're gonna grow. But the carnal-minded man, the carnal-minded woman that don't have a relationship with God, right? That's not being a personification of God. They play victim. They like to play victim. I like they did nothing wrong, even when they did something wrong. That's a very, very cold-hearted spirit. Excuse me. This is like you tell a person don't have a connection with the Most High. When they do wrong, they play victim. Excuse me, and try to act like they ain't did nothing. That's not of God. That's of the devil, man. That's a manipulative spirit. That's a Jezebel spirit, or I'm gonna say a narcissistic personality. A lot of people like these guys, pure narcissists on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Since narcissism has been exposed through social media worldwide, not everybody want to give off these traits, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. I'm not saying everybody. Let me reiterate that. Carnal-minded people want to give off these traits. They want to play victim, right? And you don't want to deal with someone that don't hold themselves accountable. It's like you're dealing with a child, right? That don't want to hold themselves accountable for what they've done, right? So they blame their parents, right? You know, guys, you don't want to deal with somebody like that. That's playing victim. They cause a lot of arguments. It caused a lot of confusion. You know, it's deception. You know what I'm saying? It's like gaslighting you when they playing victim. You know, gaslighting you, man. That's what they basically doing. Trying to make you question what you seen and what you heard. You know, and it is right there. You seen it and heard it, and they still trying to play victim, make you question what you seen and what you heard. It's crazy, guys. All right. So just sign that a manipulative spirit is around you. Stay away from these type of spirits, guys. All right. Number 3, guys. They try to control your life. Guys, it's a sign that a manipulative spirit is around you. You know, very, very controlling, guys. Manipulative people, they very, 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 you know, that's the whole, you know, that's what it's really about. Control. Being a manipulator, it's all about control. Trying to tell you what to do, right? And, you know, if you're a man and you got women out here trying to tell you what to do, right? You know what I'm saying? They don't let you lead or nothing. You know, it's like when you try to lead, they got a problem with it. You know, they try to use what's between their legs when they're giving you pleasure to try to manipulate you. You know, how they look you in your eyes, why they letting you smash, or why they giving you, you know, like good sloppy toppy. You know, they'll try to see if, you know, if it's feeling so good to the point where they can manipulate you. You know, I'm not saying all women are like this. Excuse me. But a lot of women are like this, right? And there's a lot of men that's out here that's like this. That's very, very manipulative, right? They try to manipulate women with money to get inside their pants. Like, if you can't get inside a woman's pants genuinely, then it's like, you know, like me, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in being or tricking and all that type of stuff. That stuff right there, that's carnal stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? But that controlling spirit, guys, sign that you're dealing with a manipulative spirit is around you, man. All right. Let's say if you're the leader or something, right? And then somebody come in and try to take your place. That's a manipulative spirit. You know, you the leader in the choir. You the leader of the usher board. You're the leader of whatever you're the leader of, right? And then somebody come in and try to like take your place. Now, a job is something different, right? But, you know, when it comes down to, like, you trying to help people out, somebody try to take a place, like, you could sense it, like, this person is controlling. They trying to take my spot, right? They trying to make it seem like I'm the bad person and they're the good person, right? They trying to use persuasive language. They try to get people to not, you know, not follow the righteousness that's within you, you know, as God worked through you. Excuse me, guys. This is all a sign of manipulative spirit, guys. All right. Number 4, guys. The silent treatment. All right, y'all. Excuse me, guys. The silent treatment. Now, when it comes down to the silent treatment, this is a sign that a manipulative spirit is around you. And a lot of people, they'll give you the silent treatment in a relationship. A lot of people do this, guys. Like, for an example, when a person can't get their way, you know, in a relationship, they'll give you the silent treatment. You ain't did nothing to them. It's like, you know, they trying to make it seem like you're the problem, when really they're the problem. Right? A lot of people, they give you the silent treatment because of, like I said, it's all about having a way. It's all about being in control. A lot of people are like this, controlling, man. They just want their way. They just trying to see what they can get out of you. You don't want to be around people like that. You know what I'm saying? That person, they don't have the spirit of God within them. They're very, very selfish. You know, a lot of people in relationships like this, where your partner is very, very selfish. And it's like every time they don't get their way, they give you the silent treatment. And the reason why they do it is because they want you to feel bad. They want you to feel sorry for them when really they are the problem, right? Excuse me, guys. All right. The weather be changing in Florida, so y'all just gotta bear with me. But yeah, guys, silent treatment, man. You don't want to be around somebody like that, right? You know, that's a childish mentality. And plus, it's a draining mentality too, because, you know, you're supposed to go out there and work for what you want. You know, a lot of people, they don't want to work for what they want. So when they can't get what they want out of you, They don't want to talk to you anymore. They don't want nothing to do with you anymore, right? Because they got that manipulative spirit. They trying to be in control, right? And a lot of people, they get a kick out of this, being controlling. A lot of people, they get a kick out of it, bro. And like, it strokes their ego. But this is a carnal-minded mindset. This is the average person carnal mindset, guys. You know, when you have a relationship with God, you're not trying to manipulate people, you know, you know, in a bad way. You're not trying to do none of this type of stuff. But carnal people that's narcissistic, they'll give you the silent treatment. When really it's their fault. All right, guys. So, like I said, you have to ignore these people. Do not give these people any of your energy. Let them be mad. Let them be sad. Cause you know you did nothing wrong. All right, guys. Don't try to kiss these people butt. That's why they give you the silent treatment. They want you to kiss their butt. What's up, S? We're not kissing nobody butt. All right, guys. All right. Another sign of a manipulative spirit is around you. Blame shifting. All right, there's a lot of people out here. They try to blame shift, man, and they try to blame you for what they did wrong. You don't want this type of spirit around you, man. That blame shifting spirit. You know, I tell you guys all the time, if somebody trying to blame you for something that they did wrong, they are a very, very toxic person. You don't want to deal with these type of people, man. These people, they don't have God within them. Because if they had God within them, they won't be blame shifting. They'll hold themselves accountable. Right? Like I said, weak people, they don't like to hold themselves accountable. They want to put their accountability on someone else because they have a childish mindset. That's a narcissistic personality. You know, you don't want to deal with people like that, man. You know, bad company corrupts good manners. You don't need that bad spirit around you that's trying to blame shift you for something that they did wrong. All right, guys? And number 6, demanding constant validation. They want you to be responsible for how they are feeling, or when they blame you for reacting to their bad energy. That's facts, guys. Yep. Yeah, people do that all the time. They try to blame you, yep, for reacting to their bad energy. It's like you was being respectful. You was being respectful the whole time. Sometimes you gotta get disrespectful to let people know that they was disrespecting you the whole time and you was being respectful the whole time. Right, guys? Sometimes you gotta take it there. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta curse or nothing like that. But sometimes you gotta take it there. Right? Sometimes you might have to get a little loud. Right? I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes for them to get it in their head, you know, what's really going on. Or the best way to do it is either walk away. Just walk away when they blame shifting. Walk away, man. You know what I'm saying? Make them, they don't start to look stupid. Walk away. You don't want that bad energy around you. But when demanding constant validation, right? They want you to be responsible for how they feel. You know, a lot of people do this in relationships. A lot of females do this in relationships. It's just the truth. Yeah, some men that do this, but it's more women that do this in relationships. They want men. They want to hold men accountable for how they feel. Like we owe them, you know, a good. Well, I understand that everybody want to be around a good energy, right? But we not responsible to actually make a woman happy, or nobody's responsible to make nobody happy. A woman is supposed to be already happy before she even met you. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody, you know, trying to make somebody happy like me, I don't have that type of mentality. You know, but a lot of insecure people, they always demand constant validation. They want you to validate them constantly, make them feel good, make everything is all about them. Why? Because they got a manipulative spirit. You know what I'm saying? They want you to worship them, right? Because because the Bible says people are going to become lovers and worshipers of themselves. They worshiping themselves. They're not worshiping God. You got to watch out with these type of people. A lot of people are like this, you know. If you're not making them feel good, then it's like you don't mean nothing to them. I mean, you don't mean nothing to them at all. So you gotta watch out with these type of people, man. That's demanding constant validation. Like that's a person that got low self-esteem. They looking for other people to be held accountable for how their life is. How they feel. It's up to you to feel how you want to feel, right? Life is what you make it, not what somebody else make it. Unfortunately, a lot of people they don't understand that. But I just